Welcome to the Mortgage Loan Officer Podcast, brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. I'm Frank Array, your host. I'm here with my now really good friend, Kelly Dutton, over at One Click Commercial Funding. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm fabulous. I just wanted to get you on a podcast because, man, you're just doing such a great job for me personally and my little private capital company and for so many people over at the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. And so I wanted to kind of stretch our wings a little bit and get a little further out there and do an official podcast. But guys, I wanted to have Kelly on because Kelly, a lot of loan originators that are in the residential space, they have this, sometimes they have this commercial fantasy. You know what I mean? Where it's like, that's where I need to go, right? And I need to start dipping my toe into that space. And a lot do, let's be, fair, right? A lot of people do. A lot of residential also do commercial, do it very well, right? But I would say, and I'm making this up, I'm pulling it out of my backside, right? Probably 90% of the residential LOs out there don't do commercial, don't know how to do commercial. A lot of them probably don't even want to learn how because it is a daunting task to learn commercial well. Commercial is, I've done it. I've made this switch over and I kind of thought, Kelly, that it would be like easy peasy. Lending's lending, just a little different. But no, it's a lot different, right? There's a lot that's different to it. It's just not that you can't do it. You can, anybody could learn it in the space. But what I found was easier is man, I just want to get the deals over to somebody and let somebody who's really competent take over and get paid for it. And so, ironically, you called me one day out of the blue. Why'd you even call me? I can't remember what it was for. You called me for some
I thought
thing.
you wanted to help me.
Oh, right. Yeah, you were looking for my help or
I
something.
thought you knew something about what I was talking about, and you didn't. I had typed something back to you. You didn't answer, and I thought I sat there for like an hour, and I thought I'm calling this guy. I'm just gonna call him. I see what see
That's
what.
right.
Why did he say hi?
Yeah. Yeah. And then it was so interesting because it was like the timing couldn't have been better because that was right at the moment that I was telling myself, I don't want to get too deep into these deals. I want to find them. I want to, know a little bit about it and then be able to competently hand it off to a partner. And then you showed up and I said, man, your timing couldn't be better. And so we started talking. Then I said, man, you have to meet my crew, the Loan Officer Breakfast Club crew. And so now we've done that. You're on the show every day. Thank you, by the way, for doing that. It's very kind of you.
Why not?
And then also we've had you on as a featured guest multiple times. And so let's just talk about this. So long and short of it, guys, look, if you want to get paid on commercial deals, but you don't know how to do them, we're just going to point you to workwithonclick.com. We'll provide the link down below or wherever. If you're listening, it's workwithonclick.com. You can reach out to Kelly directly. She'll take care of you. But what I wanted to talk about, Kelly, I think is the most important thing is how do we ensure the most successful chance that a deal that we send over to you is going to actually make it to the finish line. And you wanted to talk about this too, because the handoff is the most important part, isn't
More
it?
so than I thought. I think it's become evident, and I have a little track record now that we have this relationship together that the handoff is going to become everything to you and
Mm-hmm.
I.
Mm.
It's the introduction. So
Yeah.
it's wording things like this is my partner that I
Mm-hmm.
work with on commercial deals, Kelly with One Click Commercial Funding.
Yeah.
And the second most important thing would be that introduction that leads immediately into a phone call. It takes the stress away from your customer and it also builds rapport. So they trust me. Immediately, they trust me. As soon as you are willing to give up that name and that thing, then they know with the questions that I have to ask them, they understand that there's that I'm going into depth. I would not be asking them all this information to to just to collect it for any
Right.
reason at all. So I think the handoff is the biggest and most important thing of all of them.
So it's so funny because I don't know, and I maybe I just got lucky in my brain, but like I remember the first deal that we handed off to you. We're still working with them, and that's the other thing. These commercial deals can take some time. It just depends on everything. But the first deal we handed off to you, that was immediately my thought is let me conference in the borrower sponsor, right? The borrowing sponsor, and conference him in and get you on the phone so that we were all talking together. And then you just took over, which I was so grateful for because you understood everything he was talking about. Quite honestly, I maybe understood 70% of what he was saying. You knew everything he was saying. And so you guys could have this very fluid, experienced conversation that I would not have been able to have on my own. And trying to go back and forth like, oh, let me go talk to the borrower, have him ask me these questions I don't know the answer to, then call you, try and get those answers, then call the borrower back and try to convey those answers. I mean, that's just commercial loan referral handoff suicide. It's just it
It,
doesn't work, you know?
100% the death of the deal. It doesn't work. Going back and forth and trying to stay in there as the middleman, it discredits you. And the whole point of this relationship is to save that mortgage broker the reputation
Mm.
of knowing their client and knowing exactly where to send them to get what they need done, so that they're going to call you the next time, not Kelly Dutton. They're going to call you
Mhm.
and go, hey, I did that commercial deal. What about I want to buy another house? It builds that trust with you, and it's going to retain your customer and keep them, in your back pocket, and it will give you referrals moving forward.
Yeah. And there's nothing to say like what the way that my partner and I work with you is we just touch base. Like we've handed off a handful of deals. Uh, we just touch base with you, and just say, hey, how are we doing here? Do you need any help with anything? And then if you need us to make a call, we're happy to make a call or whatever. Hey there, if you're loving the tips so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and then click on the bell as well so you never miss out on more cool free tips coming your way. And also, would love to hear from you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think or what you want to see next. But so it's not like the loan. I just what I'm trying to convey here is if as a mortgage originator who doesn't do commercial, when you hand it off to if you get a commercial deal, you hand it off to Kelly. You do a proper handoff, which is a conference call with you and the borrowing person and Kelly on the phone, and then let Kelly and the borrower run with it. Right? It doesn't mean that you're just on the outside now looking in and you don't have any idea what's going on. You can still participate in the transaction just by touching base. That's all you need to do. Kelly, how's it going? Touch base with the borrower. Hey, just checking in, make sure everything's going cool over there with Kelly and whatnot. And that's all you need to do. And you'll find that it is going cool. And the other thing is that, like Kelly says, it's just they will still come back to you. You don't have to worry about them usurping your deal or anything like that. In fact, you
I need
guys,
you.
yeah. In
I'm not
fact, I
going to
know
do
you
the
guys,
deal. I need you. That's my job, is to have referrals coming in. So,
yeah.
so I'm not going to take it. You'll have another one. If I get that one done, you're going to have another one right behind it. You'll be more comfortable. The more you refer, the more comfortable you're going to become with me. When you get a paycheck from me, you're going to be, thank you.
Yeah, and then the other thing you got to remember too is like this is how they operate over there is okay, so I refer Kelly a developer and he's building something and a big commercial something or other and he builds it. Then even if he did go back to Kelly directly and circumvented me and said, "Hey, I want to do another project," Kelly's going to go, "Oh, that came from Frank." I'm still counted in on the deal. It's still a Frank
Forever,
deal forever,
forever.
right?
Yeah,
So
forever.
yeah. So that's what I kind of, want to make sure people are aware of. I can understand originators sometimes wearing that close to their heart, like this is mine, mine, and worrying about someone just taking someone. But I just want to emphasize to you guys, look, so far my experience with Kelly and One Click is these are great, upstanding, honorable, wonderful people that just want to do some business. And that is not at all on their agenda to try and get your client and take it from you. And then the next time, if they happen to go direct to them, that they steal that. That is not where they're coming from on this. That would be business suicide. It just really would.
In
You know?
this particular business, yeah, it's all I have. I mean, it would be just like you randomly getting a phone call out of the quote phone book or out of the internet, and somebody uses you, and the chances are probably, unless you just build a huge rapport for them coming back. I mean, does that happen once in a while? Probably, but I have been doing this for 38 years. So I grew up on my dad's car lot. I know
Mm,
the car industry. I happen to be one of the top 5 finance people with Berkshire Hathaway in the
mm,
United States.
mm.
So when I went over into this years and years ago, when I switched over, I I switched over for one reason, to build the rapport and retain my customers, not to be a car deal, that one time deal.
Right.
And yeah, not where are you going to go? I they're my customer for that deal. They're your customer because you referred them to me, and I'm going to keep them that way. I'm going to
Mm,
keep them with you.
great. You cover such a broad spectrum of product. And so I don't know that we really want to get it. It would take another 15, 20 minutes to list all the products. You can do
It would.
all the property types, all the scenarios. It's just countless. But I will tell you guys this commercial, including SBA. Kelly does a lot of SBA, big commercial stuff, small commercial stuff. Heck, sorry about this, Kelly, but we've even thrown her land deals, little land deals. She just, you know,
Every
sh
day.
she'll
Every
just
day there's a
she
land deal.
kind of just covers the gamut, of the weird commercial stuff. If it's not a residential 1 to 4 owner occupied deal, right? She could probably handle it, right? And the best thing to do is just to reach out to her. So, listen, if you're listening on Apple, iTunes, or Spotify or something like that, just try to remember this. Work with oneclick.com. They're one click commercial funding. So it's workwithoneclick.com. If you go there, there's a little form. You put your name and contact info in there. There's 2 buttons. One button says, I just want information. The other button says, I got a deal. Give me a call. Pick the appropriate button, hit submit, and you're off to the races. If you're just looking for information, you'll automatically be sent a PDF file that has a bunch of information with Kelly's contact information. You can reach out to you. But if you say, "Hey, I got a deal right now," she gets an email notification that you're trying to get something done, and so she'll reach out to you right away. And you'll still get the contact. You'll still get the PDF. You'll still get all the information. You still get all that, but it notifies her that you've got something cooking right away. I think that's the best way to have people reach out to you, Kelly. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think it's great. It's been working great so far.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Well, I just want to let you guys know that One Click is here for you. Kelly Dutton. She's absolutely fabulous. God, she's just so good. They're just so great. And it's a great way for you guys to enter into the commercial space and get paid on deals. And, just the most critical thing we want to get a point that we want to get across today on this podcast, guys, is the handoff. The handoff is so important. The sooner that Kelly can actually be talking to the person who needs the money with you on the phone or not with you on the phone, either way, it doesn't matter. But the sooner that conversation can happen, the sooner that the borrowing entity will understand this person knows what she's talking about. This person can help me out. When that happens, immediately rapport is built, and there's a way higher probability that deal is going to get funded through Kelly and get you paid. Way higher. So it's all about the handoff. So, all right, Kelly. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Every day I thank you.
Yeah, well, no problem. Yeah, we'll be back on Breakfast Club. We'll have you featured probably after the new year
No problem.
once again. But she's always there, just so you know. So actually, if you show up on Loan Officer Breakfast Club and you got a commercial question, just put it in the chat because she's reading it and she'll answer.
Right away.
Ah, so funny. All right, Kelly Dutton over at One Click Commercial Funding. Thank you so much. We'll have you back again.
Thank you.
And for the rest of you guys, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you here next time on the Mortgage Loan Officer Podcast, brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. We'll see y'all later. Adios.